Our team coverage continues this morning as we track Michael. Right now, many of you are waking up to storm damage and no power.
The Williamsburg area saw some of the worst damage last night as the storm moved through, and there were some reports of twisters, possibly a tornado blowing through that area too.
That is right, and that's where 10 on your side's Kiana Patterson joins us. So Kiana, what are you seeing there?
Well, Katie and Don, we're here on Highway 60, and since we've been here, we've seen a lot of downed trees just like this one right behind us. And this section of the city does not have power, but we did drive a little further down the road to the Kings Mill section, and they have power down there. Now, we are joined here by an employee that works at the gas station. He just walked out here to see exactly how this damage looks, and that's what a lot of people are waking up and doing. But check out this video not far from here at the Villages on Candle Station. A few homes have damage out there because of the high winds late last night. Now, Jill Campos lives in the area, and he says the winds sounded like a train came through, but it only lasted for 7 seconds.
I mean, it takes a while for you to comprehend how much damage is around you. You're like, okay, you know, everybody's okay, good. And then as you start seeing other lights and first responder, and then you look at the front of the house, I'm like, whoa, yeah, that's big damage.
And that's what we're seeing, a lot of storm damage here, a lot of down limbs and also down trees. Coming up in just 30 minutes, we'll show you a tree that is straddling across some power lines here on Highway 60. You'll have that coming up in 30 minutes. For now, we're in James City County. Kiana Patterson, 10 on your side.
As Michael passed through Virginia, state police say they responded to hundreds of crashes and calls for help. Listen to this. Early this morning, state police said they've responded to about 300 traffic accidents and 230 calls for blocked roads and high water. State police say swiftwater rescue teams had to actually rescue 3 firefighters in Pittsylvania in the southern part of the state after their boat capsized while trying to rescue people. And in Charlotte County, divers are searching for missing motorists swept away in the flooding.
New this morning, a state of emergency is in effect for Kill Devil Hills, North Carolina, due to the impact of Michael. Due to an electrical power outage, traffic lights are out along US 158 and NC 12. Town leaders say you should stay inside because of debris along roadways, propane tanks floating in stormwater, and snakes that have come up with the sound. Now, the National Weather Service says the water is going down this morning. Kill Devil Hills emergency crews will start clearing debris and recording damage as soon as possible once the sun comes up.
This morning, crews are out in Norfolk assessing damage. City officials sent out this tweet saying there are 41 downed or damaged trees, but the roads are clear. Officials say there is no flooding in Norfolk. Take a look at these new pictures of damage on the Eastern Shore. Exmoor police posted this to their Facebook page. Officers say Monroe Avenue is blocked with large trees split in multiple places. One tree fell on the road and the other hit power lines. Crews are working to clean it up.
Power outages are a big issue for many of you this morning. Take a look at Dominion Energy's power outage map. Lots of colors there, meaning thousands are out. Now, the areas in red are the hardest hit, and as you can see, that includes much of Hampton Roads. More than 200,000 utility customers have no lights this morning in southeastern Virginia and more than 8,000 in northeast North Carolina. And as we reported yesterday, Dominion Energy prepared for mass outages and made sure crews were ready to go. If you come across downed wires this morning, do not go near them. You can report any wires and outages to dom.com. That's dom.com. Rain and very strong winds moved through our area overnight as Tropical Storm Michael passed through.
Now, this morning, we're looking into damage to see just how the storm impacted Hampton roads. 10 on your side's Lex Gray is out. She's been driving around with photojournalist Larry Carney this morning. And Lex, right now, you're in Hampton where there's a down power line.
Good morning, Don and Katie. Yes, that's right. We are going down a list that dispatch sent us of troublesome areas in Hampton, and this is one of them. This is at Algonquin Drive and Algonquin Road and Kenmore Drive. As you can see in front of us, the fire department has blocked the road off because there is a down power line right in the road. Katie also just sent in a viewer picture from Semple Farms Road where it's a similar situation. There's a tree on a power line there, and that's what we're seeing across a lot of the metro area. We're seeing small debris out on the roads, which isn't you know, a major issue as you're driving this morning, but there are also more dangerous scenarios like this. So if you do have to head into work this morning, be extra careful. Schools are closing because of power outages and because of roads like this. That includes Hampton. We've got all of the schools closing or delays at the bottom of your screen, as well as up on wavy.com. We're going to continue driving around Hampton. If you have a trouble area that you've noticed and you can send us a picture, please do so. You can email it along with your location to reportit@wavy.com. You can post it on our Facebook, or you can look for us on Twitter and post it there. Dawn and Katie?
Lex, thank you. And as we mentioned, more than 200,000 people have no power in southeastern Virginia and northeastern North Carolina.
Bonita Harris from Dominion Energy joins us now with an update on the progress of crews trying to get the power back on. And Bonita, good morning. We're seeing that a lot of school systems are affected by this also. But what can you tell us this morning?
Good morning. I tell you what Lex was showing us just now, and we're seeing that all over Hampton Road. And in northern North Carolina, mostly the Outer Banks area. Virginia Beach has been hit pretty hard. Norfolk, Newport News, and Hampton. Those are our areas that are seeing the most outages, and the biggest reason is trees on power lines.
Bonita, on Twitter, you had said that this could be a multi-day restoration project. Explain why there are so many problems from this particular storm.
Well, we thought we might be, get it pretty light until about 11 o'clock last night when the winds really picked up and we started seeing a lot of trees falling on lines and having quite a few more outages. So everything just kind of exploded after 11 o'clock last night due to the winds and the trees falling on power lines.
And Bonita, we're also hearing of school systems that are closed today or open on a delayed basis. A few of them, Newport News, Hampton, Chesapeake Public Schools, all closed. Norfolk, Virginia Beach on 2-hour delays. And as we look at your map, we see those neighborhoods wrapped around those schools without power this morning. That's a pretty big challenge for you guys.
That's exactly right. And because the power outages are spread out to so many different locations, it will be impossible to get to them all right away. So we certainly understand why the schools are delayed or closing, because it's hard to have school if you don't have power. But schools are high on the priority list after police, fire, water treatment facilities, nursing homes. Those have the highest priority. And then we get to the transmission lines, the main lines that have the most customers on them. But we do want people to be prepared for a multi-day outage just in case, because there's a lot of damage and a lot of work to do.
All right, Bonita Harris, we know you're very busy. Thank you for chiseling away some time for us this morning. And to put it all into perspective, Bonita, less than an hour ago, said, according to Dominion, 120 schools across Hampton Roads in North Carolina are without power. 120 schools. So you can see why a lot of them right now are canceling or continuing with their plan to delay.
And unfortunately, a lot of those kids are staying home from school because the school's closed and there's no lights at their homes, too.
Right.
So we will be following this and reporting as Dominion makes progress in restoring the power.